What's up, everybody? It's SuperWolf. Got a new motovlog for you today. I'm out here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. No, I think this town's called, this area's called Sedalia, something like that. It's like 30-45 minutes away from Denver, but it's got a pretty cool view. The sun's kind of right behind the mountains, so not sure how well you can see that, but it is majestic as fuck. But today I think I want to do a motovlog about what it's like to be a motorcyclist around the Denver area. So yeah, I want to do a motovlog, just kind of tell you guys my experiences of riding around Denver and just generally Colorado. So yeah, let's get on the bike and do this thing. So what is it like to ride out here? We've never been out to Colorado. There are a few things that you need to know right off the bat. One, it's usually cold here, most of the year. This is, we're in August right now, so it's actually the summertime here, and it's not too bad. Your riding season is significantly shorter than a lot of other states, so you really have to take advantage of these warm days. Every now and then there will be a warm day in the middle of the winter, and you can go out and ride, but usually it's just snowy. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is there are a lot of people moving here, whether it be because they want to get high and they come out here for the weed, or you know their job brings them out here, or they just like the area. There's a lot of reasons why people move out here. I moved out here a little over 3 years ago from Virginia because I got a job out here after I graduated college. So yeah, there are a lot of people moving out here every year, so it kind of seems like the traffic has gotten progressively worse every year that I've been here. It doesn't tend to affect you too much when you're pretty far outside of Denver or any just major city, but Denver is definitely the worst when it comes to traffic in Colorado. Now, there are other times where the traffic is just really bad, and that could be up in the mountains. And that's usually during the weekends, during the holidays, times where people are just driving around. You can get stuck behind somebody on the road and not be able to go very fast for quite a while. And we don't have a lane, you're not allowed to lane split here, obviously. So you're not supposed to go around people when there are these double lines like this. If you do try to, there are some, you know, not awesome people here that might try to cut you off or, you know, whatever. So it's up to you whether or not you want to take that risk. I personally just chill behind them. Another thing that you have to kind of think about, or be aware of at least, is there's a lot of wildlife out here, especially if you're in the mountains. So there are numerous instances I've had, and I'm sure a lot of other riders out here have had as well, where you're riding along and all of a sudden elk or some other sort of animal just jumps out in the middle of the road. And that's something you have to just constantly be thinking about, and you really have to keep your head on a swivel out here. Like areas like this, there can be a deer in these brushes, and I can't see it until it's decided to dart out into the middle of the road. Another thing you have to keep in mind, if you're going to be riding up in the mountains, is if you don't know the roads, you really have to be careful of blind corners. This one got me earlier this year. Blind corner, took too fast, and it caused me to wreck. There are a lot more dangerous roads than the one I'm on right now. This one's pretty mellow, but as you can see, there's a sign up ahead that's saying, curve your road 25 miles an hour, speed limit 30 miles an hour. So you're going, well, how fast should I go? If you don't know the road, go slow. Go slower than you would normally go. It is just way better to be safe than sorry, trust me. And a lot of these blind corners tighten up. You'll you'll be thinking you're going slow enough for the road, and then next thing you know, it just goes from a, you know, kind of oval curve to and it'll cut in. Another thing you have to constantly look out for are, there's a lot of people who do outdoor activities here, like riding bicycles, running, motorcycling, what have you, and those people can be on the road. So you have to constantly be looking out for pedestrians. This is another example of something that Colorado has that some other states don't have. I know in Virginia we didn't really have any roundabouts, so coming to a state that does have roundabouts, you kind of have to learn how to use them. People that live in states that have them think it's common sense, but you would be so surprised how few people know how roundabouts work. Another thing, back to kind of the weather conditions, especially if you're going up in altitude, is there could be no snow or ice or anything down here, down, you know, at the bottom of the mountains, and you start climbing, and all of a sudden you start looking and there will be snow. Some of the issues with that are the snow will be melting at certain points during the daytime, and then it'll freeze up. So ice is definitely a factor that you have to keep your eye out. Another thing I've noticed here in Colorado that I haven't in other states is the police force out here. It's a little lacking. Colorado is such a big state, and there's such open space everywhere when you're not in the city, that there's really not a whole lot of police presence. Some of that can be good, but it can also be bad, because if there's someone on the road who's driving like an asshole, there's not a whole lot you can do about it besides just getting out of their way. Another thing to look out for is this is a right to carry state, so a lot of people here have guns, and you never know who could possibly have a gun. You don't want to piss off the wrong person and have them decide, you know, I'm going to pull my gun out and do whatever. All these are bad things. I've seen some riders say that they carry with them. I don't see the point in that. What are you going to do? I mean, are you going to pull your gun out while you're riding and try to shoot somebody? What if they also have a gun? What if it turns into a shootout and they're in their car and you're on your bike? Not a good idea. It may make you look tough, but in the end it can kill you. So my best advice for riding would be just to take it easy. Try not to push yourself too much. If you want to, go to a track. There are tracks here. There's no reason why you can't go to a track. They're like $20 and you can ride the entire day and push your bike to its absolute limit, and nobody can tell you what to do. You just have to follow the track rules, obviously, but there's not many of them. So that's about it for this moto vlog. I'm probably going to have another follow-up video of this one, because there's a lot of other stuff that I haven't gotten to about riding out here. But for today, let's call it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any different experiences of where you ride, what state you live in, let me know. I'd like to know. I want to hear kind of differences of this area versus yours, what different laws you have to abide by that maybe we don't have to out here, all that good stuff. So thanks again for watching, guys, and have a good rest of the day. Peace.